Hey there poetry pals, welcome back to another video. This week I'm giving you an update on how I'm getting on with my 27 goals to hit before I turn 27. Before I get further in the video, I wanted to talk about one of the points that I wanted to do. In last week's video, I mentioned that one of my tasks was going to be to do a course. The reason I wanted to do this is because I wanted to develop some skills that might help me in my career or learn something completely new. But over the last few weeks, it's become really apparent that there is something far more important that I need to learn about. Specifically racism, white supremacy, and my role within that. So I've decided to dedicate some time, not just this month, but going forward, embedding it into my life, to learning about white supremacy, the role that I play in that, and how I can help combat racism. At the moment, social media is flooded with loads of really great resources, including books, courses, podcasts, films, etc., for how we can all learn to do better. And I've been using them, and I will continue to use them. I'm going to include some of the most useful links I found in the description below. I've started off by reading Layla Saad's Me and White Supremacy. I've also been recommended these books, which I will link to in the description below. The Black Lives Matter website also has a really useful page full of resources and places where you can learn more, including recommended podcasts, courses, and that sort of thing. I'm going to share all the links that I found in the description of this video, but it is by no means an extensive list. If you think there's something I should be including, please comment it down below and I will update the description as we go through. I think this is a really important time for us to be learning everything that we can and doing everything that we can. So I encourage all of us, all of you guys in my audience, to do the same thing. To, if you haven't already, click the links in the description below, find out how you can help, how you can learn, and how you can be better. This is not just a tick list exercise, even though my series of videos at the moment are just a massive to-do list. This is something that I intend to continue to learn about throughout the rest of my life, and I encourage you guys to do the same. This is why, whilst learning more is included on my list, it is not something that I ever intend to finish. I will continue to be learning, and I hope you guys do the same too. With that all being said, here's how I've been getting on with my goals for the next month. Guess what? I'm totally overwhelmed. I think this is far too much to cram into 1 month. Not to mention, I didn't even include making these videos in my to-do list, which is stupid because right now I'm resenting the fact that I'm filming this instead of getting on with my list and doing all the things. But having said that, I made these goals and I'm going to try my goddamn best to get them all done. I've only got 23 days left. So with that in mind, I'm going to be getting on with some of these tasks while I tell you about them in this video. I first started off by making a visual list of all my tasks, breaking them down into daily, scales, and one-off tasks. Each morning and evening, I sit with a coffee or tea and update my lists. Each day, I aim to do at least one productive thing and one relaxing thing every single day. I've also included walking and cycling into my routine by treating them like a commute, by doing them one in the morning and one in the evening. This does mean that I just go out and walk in a massive circle or cycle several miles and come back home again, but it's an easy way of integrating exercise into my day, especially when I'm working from home and I don't have a work to commute to. For me, the evening one is most important because it helps me to delineate between work mode and then relax mode for the evening. So far, I have only actually completed 2 tasks. I did my 27 rounds of sun salutations in the park with my yoga instructor, Georgia, of Stripped Back Yoga. We did take a couple of breaks to stay hydrated. It was 25 degrees when we were doing it, but we got through it. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, but I have to admit for the last 4 or 5 rounds, my legs stopped doing what I asked them to. And it is 2 days later and I'm struggling to move. You should have heard me trying to get out of bed this morning. It was full blown like, ugh! So yeah, I'm aching like crazy. And not even the bits that I thought would. I thought my arms would be achy, but actually it's just the backs of my thighs. Absolutely killing me. I also updated my LinkedIn. I didn't realise how out of date my LinkedIn was, but now it's updated. So go and check out my LinkedIn and, I don't know, pay me to do stuff. Is that how LinkedIn works? Why did I include this on this list? It's updated anyway, there you go. So in terms of my daily tasks, I am absolutely smashing my 2 litres of water every day, my calling a loved one, and doing 10 minutes of nothing. Okay Google, set timer for 10 minutes. At the moment, my 10 minutes of nothing include drinking coffee and sitting at my window watching all of the dogs on the field by my house. It's become a real pastime, it's very relaxing, it's worth doing in the morning, it's worth doing in the middle of the day. I personally did it just now as I was getting ready to film because I was feeling kind of stressed and out of it, so I just sat and watched some dogs. And pals, mwah. Definitely something I'm going to be working into my daily routine. I have to admit, the one daily task that I am on the struggle bus with is averaging 10,000 steps. Even with including cycling in my, even with converting my cycling miles into steps, I'm still struggling to average 10,000 steps a day. This is a problem. I've got this image of me like running marathons by the end, like the few days leading up to my birthday. I'll be like running a marathon and sewing a dress together at this rate because I'm not doing great. So it is 2:30 in the afternoon and I've done 1,500 steps. What am I supposed to do with that? So I admit it looks like I haven't done much. But I have been working really hard on a lot of the different projects that just aren't ready to be ticked off yet. There's still stuff to do. So I want to just give you an idea of how close I am. I'm so close on a few of them. My poetry collection is almost ready to submit. I had to redraft a couple of my weaker poems to make sure that I had enough poems to submit. So I've redrafted them, I sent them to my friend to edit. Shout out to Cat Lions, I'll link her social medias in the description down below. She is a great poetry editor and just seems to like get what I'm trying to say whilst also tearing it apart and building me a new one, which is lush. Next up is the website. I tried really hard with updating my website. I'm on WordPress and I'll be honest, it is not as customizable as I thought it was. So a lot of the changes I wanted to make aren't possible within the template that I have. And I need it to be a lot more flexible. And I realized that my skill set wasn't the one. I do not have the skill set to do it. So whilst I spent a bit of time updating some of the content and the links, I actually just hired my old housemate who is a web developer and just all-round techie genius to help me update my website. So I wrote a list, basically I wrote a shopping list for my website, sent it to him, he's going to give me a price and he's going to update my website for me. Am I just throwing money at the problem? Yes, but I tell you what I'm also doing, I'm supporting a small local business, so meh. Next up, the forward roll. No closer. Been up to the Downs for picnics a couple of times and tried, but there's just So One of my good pals is actually a cheerleader and gymnastics instructor, and she has offered to help me. Shout out to Molly. I will put her social medias here and link in the description. She is going to be helping me learn to forward roll. We're going to go to a local park, or I think regulations mean you can meet in a garden now, so maybe we'll just do it in my garden. Not sure. But she's going to teach me to forward roll. It's gonna happen. So in terms of clearing out the garden, as I speak, I am waiting for the skip to be delivered, and tomorrow, hopefully the day you're watching this, if I get my act together and finish filming, editing and uploading this in time for tomorrow, I will be clearing out that pile at the end of the garden so that it can all go in the skip. So, in theory, by the time this video's been out for 24 hours, I should have cleared the garden. But as of filming, no, it hasn't. I'm sorry. And finally, become a blood donor. I have registered and I have booked my appointment. So there you go. It's happening. Bit nervous, not for a couple of weeks. Have to go by myself, obviously, restrictions, all of that. It's not too far away. So hopefully I'll like film my reaction to it, but we'll see. So overall, I'm actually quite pleased with the progress I've made so far. It's not going too badly, but I am beginning to feel a bit overwhelmed. I don't think I'm going to finish it on time. So at this point, I'm just trying to get as far as I can in the to-do list before my birthday so that I can just have a lush weekend and enjoy myself. Have you had any goals this lockdown? Please put them in the description below. As I said near the beginning of this video, in the description are links to all sorts of different resources for how you can learn about racism and white supremacy and what you can do to help. It's by no means an extensive list, so if you think there's anything that needs to be added, please by all means comment it below. I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm sending my love to you all. Thanks so much for watching this week. Please make sure you hit subscribe and put the bell notification on. I'm a really small creator and I need your help to get my content out there. So if you put the notifications on, you're more likely to see my stuff. Also, one of my goals is to hit 500 subscribers by my birthday. I am not that close right now, so if you're watching this and you are not subscribed, please make sure you've hit the subscribe button. You can always unsubscribe after my birthday, that's fine too. Okay, bye.